Alright, we're now looking at 8B.4. I can calculate the measure of an inscribed angle, central angle, or an arc by understanding the relationship between central angles and inscribed angles. Okay, so remember, we have these two things. That the central angle is just equal to the arc. And then that we have 1/2, that's not right, 2 times, what? Sorry, let me get this to work. There we go. 2 times the inscribed angle is equal to the arc. Okay. So with this, right, that's what we just learned in B2 and B3. So with this, I can say, right, I'm going to take this inscribed angle, which is equal to this arc, and plug it in there, right? Since it's equal to the arc, I can replace arc with that. Okay, that substitution. So we say the central angle is equal to 2 times the inscribed angle. Okay, it comes from here. Central angles are double the measure of the inscribed angle. Okay, of the same arc. So, looking at example 1. There's kind of 2 ways to do these problems. I personally like just kind of going through them exactly like we've been doing. So, I want to solve for x. In order to solve for x, that central angle, I need to know the arc. I can use this inscribed angle to find the arc. Okay, so you kind of have to solve for both of these things, which is why I put a y there. Okay, so we're always going to solve for the arc first. So again, 2 times inscribed equals arc. So 2 times 32 degrees equals my arc. I have a y. So y equals 64 degrees. Okay? That's great. Now I have to solve for x. Central angle equals arc. My central angle is x. My arc we just found to be 64 degrees. Right, so it's kind of just putting together what we did in B2 and B3. The other way we can do it is using the formula we just found, that you can just do central equals 2 times inscribed. Trying to fit it in. So my central angle is 48 degrees. My inscribed is x. So now solving for x, I'm dividing by 2. So x equals 24 degrees. Same thing with example 3 or example 4. I can do it either way. So in example 3, I'm going to go back to solving for the arc. And then for the inscribed. So in order to find the central angle, or the inscribed angle, I need to find the arc, and I can use my central angle to find that arc. Okay, so again, central equals arc. My central angle is 162 degrees, which is going to equal y. Easy enough. and then 2 times inscribed equals the arc. So 2 times x equals 162. Dividing by 2 to get x by itself, you get 81 degrees. All right. Finally, looking at example 4, again, I'm just going to use the other way of just knowing that central equals 2 times inscribed. Again, sorry, it's going off the screen. Central is x equals 2 times 51. These are on the same side, so I'm just multiplying. So I get 102 degrees. So, the only reason I showed this way is because this is not going to be on your test. These aren't going to be on your test either, but I think since we use them in B2 and B3, right, those are easier to remember. I only have to memorize 2 things instead of a 3rd thing. Okay, so that's why I kind of find this way a little easier just in memorizing. This one's obviously easier because it's less steps. So it is up to you which method you would like to use, right? Otherwise, go ahead and get started.